Have you ever wondered why the same patterns keep tripping you up? That relationship that always ends in anger. The career choice that feels safe but leaves you empty. The nagging voice whispering, "You're not enough, no matter how much you achieve." What if I told you these aren't random flaws, but clues? For over 1,000 years, philosophers, psychologists, and Islamic scholars have pointed to a startling truth. Your deepest struggles hold the key to your greatest purpose. But to unlock it, you must venture where most refuse to go, into the shadowlands of your own soul. This isn't just Carl Jung's theory of the shadow self, though we'll explore that. It's also echoed in Islam's profound teachings about the nafs, the lower self that whispers doubts and desires. The 13th century Sufi poet Rumi wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." But what if the light and the wound are two sides of the same coin? Let's start with a story you might recognize. Imagine a man who grew up being told anger was haram, forbidden. He buried his rage, becoming the nice guy everyone praised. But secretly, he resented them. His marriage grew cold. His prayers felt hollow. One day, he exploded at a stranger over a parking spot and hated himself for it. This man isn't failing at being good. He's facing what Jung called the shadow. The part of ourselves we exile because it clashes with who we think we should be. But here's where Islam offers a radical twist. The Quran says Allah created humans with fitra, an innate nature that's pure, even when buried under layers of fear and conditioning. Jungian psychology tells us to integrate the shadow. Islam teaches us to purify the nafs. Both agree. Ignoring your darkness doesn't make you holier. It makes you a stranger to yourself. Think of the Prophet Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was known as the Lion of Allah for his courage in battle. But he also wept in prayer until his beard was soaked. He didn't deny his warrior spirit. He channeled it for justice. This is shadow work in action, transforming raw traits into sacred strengths. Here's where most videos stop. Embrace your darkness, they say. But Islam adds a crucial layer. You don't do this alone. Jung's individuation meets the Islamic concept of tawakkul, trusting Allah's wisdom as you face your depths. The 8th century scholar Imam al-Ghazali compared the nafs to a wild horse. You don't let it run rampant or kill it. You train it with Allah's guidance as the reins. Let's break this down with a modern example. Say you're jealous of a friend's success. Psychology tells us jealousy points to unmet needs. Maybe you feel stagnant. Islam adds, this jealousy is a wake-up call from your soul. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Beware of envy, for it devours good deeds as fire devours wood." But he also taught that envy is only permitted in two cases: towards someone who uses wealth rightly or knowledge wisely. So instead of shaming yourself, ask, what does this jealousy want me to learn? Maybe it's time to develop your talents or to practice gratitude for your unique path. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's the crack where your qadar, divine decree, and your free will dance together. Now, let's get practical. How do you start this work? Jung suggested journaling dreams and analyzing projections. When you dislike traits in others, they're often mirrors of your shadow. Islamic tradition prescribes muhasaba, daily self-reflection. The Caliph Umar ibn Khattab said, "Hold yourself to account before you are held to account." Try this tonight. Before sleep, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. When did I feel most authentic today? 2. What moment made me want to hide or lash out? 3. What if that reaction was a messenger, not a mistake? But here's the twist no one tells you. Shadow work isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. The Quran says Allah created humans in the best of stature, yet we're also created weak. This apparent contradiction is the key. Your wholeness includes your fragility. Consider the story of Prophet Yunus or Jonah. He ran from his mission, was swallowed by a whale, and in that dark belly of despair, he found the dua that changed everything. La ilaha illa anta, subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. None has the right to be worshipped but you, glorified are you. Truly, I have been of the wrongdoers. Your shadow is that whale. Your greatest fears? They're the GPS coordinates to your North Star. But, and this is crucial, you don't navigate this terrain alone. Jung missed this. Islam teaches that Allah is Al-Latif, the subtle one, working through your subconscious, dreams, and even your wounds. So if you take one thing from this video, let it be this. Your shadow is not shame. It's souvenir from a battle your soul has already won. Every time you face it, you're not fixing yourself. You're remembering who you were before the world told you to shrink. Before you go, I leave you with a question from the Islamic sage Ibn Qayyim. How can the heart travel to Allah when it is chained by its desires? What chains have you mistaken for jewelry? What if your deepest fear is actually your soul's birth announcement? The next time you feel that familiar shame or anger, pause. Whisper, "This too is part of my map." Then ask the only question that matters. What glory is waiting to be born from this darkness?